Well, if there are any issues with the audio or anything, just let me know. And yeah, well, we'll start class. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We're going to start today's practice in a seated position. I know that at least in Nova Scotia, it's been a couple of days of shoveling and doing extra work with the shoulders. So we're going to try to take it easy on that end. If you have a block or two at home, you know that is most of the times is what I go for when I'm practicing yoga. So that's an option for you. All right, let's just sit up nice and tall. The body's relaxed. Maybe bring the shoulders towards your ears and rotate them back and down. Take a moment, close your eyes. Focus the breath as it comes in and out of your nose. Feeling the body, how it relaxes as you breathe. Feeling some tension between your shoulders disappear, maybe. Feeling your sit bones ground, maybe a little bit deeper into your mat or into your block. Let's take a big inhale. And a smooth empty out. Whenever you feel ready, bring your hands at the center of the chest, if that feels right for you. Take a moment here to, as always, build our sankalpa, or our intention for today's practice. If you would like to join me with the sound of Om, please join me. If not, just enjoy the sound. Take a big breath into Om. Sahana bhavatu, sahana punattu, sahaviryam karavavai, tejasvinavaditamastu, ma vidvishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Release the hands back to the thighs and we open the eyes. We'll just start with simple breath and movement with the head and we say yes. Up and down. As you feel ready, maybe you move the head side to side, saying no. And as you feel ready, maybe you move your head towards one ear, or towards one shoulder, or towards the other one. And of course, if it feels good in the body, the neck is not too stiff, maybe you do a big circle towards the side of your choice. And moving, of course, into the second side. And whenever you feel ready, you come back to center. And we reach the arms towards the sky as we extend them. You look up. And on the exhale, you release all the way back down to the ground. And we do that again. Inhale, reach up towards the sky, extend. Exhale, release all the way back down. Last one, big breath in as we'll lift the eyes, open the chest. Interlace your fingers, move your palms away from you. Take a nice long inhale in here, crawl the chin in, tuck the tailbone. Take a nice long breath. On the exhale, release the hands. Let the left hand come to the floor. The other hand is going to move over your ear towards the side. Take a nice long inhale in here, feeling that ribcage expand, finding some space. Smooth empty. And whenever you feel ready, come back to center. Hand comes down, and we reach all the way towards the second side. Big breath in. Smooth empty out. One more just like that, deep breath in. And whenever you feel ready, you come back to center. Let's take a twist towards the left-hand side. Chest is open, hand on the floor behind you. Take a nice long in-breath there. And smooth empty. And whenever you feel ready, come back to center. We move into the second side. Big breath in here. Smooth empty out. As you feel ready, come back to center. Let's extend the legs in front of us. We're going to sit up in Dandasana. Extending the legs, toes pointing towards the sky. Take a nice long inhale in here, hands beside the body. Smooth empty. On your next inhale, reach the arms towards the ceiling, extend. And on the exhale, we fall forward just halfway. We try to keep the arms parallel to the ears. The ribs are hugging in. We take another inhale in there. And smooth empty. And whenever you feel ready, you come back to center. You release the hands behind you. Press into the feet on the ground. Press into the hands behind you. As we lift the hips, we move the chest up, coming into reverse table. We take a nice long in-breath there. Hug the belly button in. Smooth empty out. One more. Whenever you feel ready, hips drop back down to the floor. We're going to move into this variation of Navasana. The feet are going to stay on the floor. The hands are going to come to your shins. Rotating shoulders back. We'll lean back towards the back of the mat. We take a nice long inhale in here. The chest is still open. Ribs are hugging in. Smooth empty out. One more breath. Whenever you feel ready, hands flat on the mat. Lift the hips back again into your reverse table. Take another in-breath there. Smooth empty. And whenever you feel ready, hips move back down to the floor. Hands come back again to your shins. You rotate the shoulders back. You take another inhale in here. Maybe you extend those arms in front of you. Take another breath in there. On the exhale, you lower down a little bit in here. Take another inhale and you lower. And you keep on pressing those feet on the floor as you lower and lower and lower, engaging the core. Bring the ribs in until you find the floor back, all the way back into your mat. You're going to bring the knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze. And maybe rock and roll side to side a couple of times. And as you rock and roll side to side a couple of times, you begin to extend those legs towards the sky. Take a big breath in, bring the hands beside the body. Take another breath in here. We're only going to lower the right leg just to a hover. And on the inhale, it comes back up. And on the exhale, we lower the left leg just to a hover. And on the inhale, we come back up. Exhale, lower the right leg just to a hover. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, lower the left leg just to a hover. Inhale, coming back up. Last round, take a bit. Exhale, lowering down just to a hover. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lowering the left leg just to a hover. Inhale, come back up. Squeeze the ribs into the chest. Give them a little hug. Whenever you feel ready, we're going to change this one. We're going to keep on working a little bit with the core. Bring in the ribs in as well, just as if you were trying to sit on a chair up in the air. Just bring your legs into a 90-degree angle. And I want you to press that lower lumbar into the mat. As you squeeze the ribs in, and here you might stay with the hands on your thighs, or you might extend your arms towards the sky.
Palms are facing each other. You take another inhale in here. On the exhale, this time you will lower the right heel to the ground. Inhale to come back up. Exhale to lower the left foot towards the ground. And on the inhale, we come back up. We do that again. Exhale, lower the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale and lower the left. Inhale and coming back up. You might stay in here in this position, in this lowering the legs, or maybe we alternate hands and feet. As the right leg lowers down, the left hand reaches back, and on the exhale we come back to center. Left foot comes down, right hand back. Inhale, come back to center. We do that again. Right leg down, left arm up. Inhale, back to center. Second side. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Last round. Inhale towards the back. Exhale, back to center. Inhaling, lowering down. Exhale, back to center. We stay. Squeeze the ribs in. Take another in-breath there. And whenever you feel ready, again, bring the knees into the chest. Rock and roll side to side a couple of times. And whenever you feel ready, take your time. Bring the feet back again to the mat. We're going to bring the right knee into the chest. We're going to begin to extend that leg towards the sky. And we're going to hold on to that leg wherever it's possible in here. You can hold on to the back of the thigh in here, or you can hold on maybe a little bit closer towards the foot. The other foot is pressing on the ground so we can protect the lower back. We take a big breath in here. We begin to lift the chest in here. Maybe, just maybe, you begin to walk those hands a little bit closer towards the foot. Take another breath. And on the exhale, we lower the shoulders back down. We take the leg with the right hand, wherever it is you need to take the leg. The other hand comes to your hip bone and begin to open the leg towards the right hand side. Big inhale in here. Smooth empty out. And for the last two breaths, if the neck allows, maybe you change your gaze towards the left hand side. Take another in breath. Smooth empty. Whenever you feel ready, you come back to center. You're going to take that leg and cross it over the other knee. Extend your arms by your sides. Take a twist towards the right hand side. Big breath in. Smooth empty out. One more, just like that. Deep breath in. And whenever you feel ready, start coming back to center, releasing the legs, maybe shaking that out, finding a couple of windshield wipers in here. And whenever you feel ready, you come back to neutral position, back again, feet pressing on the ground, inviting the left knee into the chest, give it a little squeeze. Maybe you stay in there, maybe you begin to extend that leg towards the sky. And again, you might grab that leg from behind. Take another inhale in here. You have the option to stay in here, pushing really your foot away from you. Maybe you begin to fall forward as you lift the shoulders off the ground and walk those hands a little bit more towards the foot. Take another inhale in there. Smooth empty out. One more, just like that, deep breath in. And whenever you feel ready, shoulders move back down to the floor. Release the right hand to your hip bone. The left hand takes the leg towards the side as you begin to open the leg towards the side. And of course, if the neck feels good in here, we shift the gaze towards the opposite side. We take 2 more breaths in here, both shoulders grounding on the floor, both hips pressing on the ground. Take another breath. And whenever you feel ready, you come back to center and you take that leg and you cross it over your right and extend your arms into a T shape and begin to take a twist towards the left hand side this time. Take a nice long breath. Let it move out. One more just like that, deep breath in. Whenever you feel ready, you come back to center. You squeeze those knees into the chest, back again. Maybe we take the knees and we begin to find a big circle towards the right hand side. And maybe we take the knees into the opposite direction. And whenever you feel ready, you come back to neutral position. We're gonna literally roll to our side and find our way into our belly. And as we come into our belly, we come into our Sphinx pose. So the forearms are pressing on the ground, fingers spreading nice and wide, shoulders rotating back away from your ears. You take a nice long inhale, and here the gaze moves up towards the center of your eyebrows. Smooth empty out. Bend your right knee, point your toes towards the sky, and shift your gaze towards the opposite side. Just a little bit of a squeeze for those kidneys. Take another inhale, and here keep on lifting the chest in there. Smooth empty. One more. And whenever you feel ready, you come back to center. You release the leg and you move into the second side. Bend the other knee and shift your gaze towards the opposite side. Big inhale. Smooth empty out. One more. And whenever you feel ready, you come back to center. Allow those hands to come underneath the shoulders, pressing into the ground, lifting the chest into a cobra pose. Keep the elbows bent. On the exhale, the lower back down. We do that again. Inhale, lift the chest, open up. Exhale to lower back down. Do that again. Inhale as you peel the chest off the ground. Exhale to lower back down. Last one big breath in as we'll lift. On the exhale, we lower all the way down to the floor. We extend the arms by the sides, forming a T shape. Bringing one ear to the ground into your mat. You might stay in here. You might bring the left hand underneath your shoulder. Pressing into the hand, begin to roll onto your right hand side, onto your right shoulder. The legs can stack on top of each other, or you can take that foot and press it into the ground behind you. The head can stay on the ground. If that's too much for the neck, you can place a block underneath your head instead. Take another inhale. Smooth empty out. Just finding a little bit of space for those shoulders. One more breath. And whenever you feel ready, you come back to center. We move into the second side. Extend the arm by the side, hand press on the floor. Begin to roll into the left hand side. The leg can stack on top of the other one, or you can bring the foot behind you. Invite that block underneath your head if you need space for the neck. Take another inhale. Smooth empty out. And whenever you feel ready, come back to center, releasing all the way back. We're going to extend those arms forward, pressing into the ground on those hands. Moving into Shavasana. We take a big breath in into reaching the right hand and the left leg up. And on the exhale, we'll lower back down. We do that again, second side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. First side, inhale, lift it up. Exhale to lower back down. Inhale, second side, lift up. Exhale to lower back down. Last round, big breath in as we lift. Exhale, lower back down. Last one, big breath in as you lengthen. And on the exhale, release all the way back down to the floor. Make a pillow with your hands. Take a moment, rest. Connect again to the breath. We're going to move back again into that Shavasana position, extending the arms. Pointing the toes, keeping the legs active. You have the option to stay alternating, or maybe you bring both legs and both hands at the same time up. You take a big breath in as we lift, and on the exhale, the lower back down. We do that 3 more times. Inhale as we rise. Exhale to lower back down. 2 more times. Inhale as we open. Exhale to lower back down. Last one, big breath in as we lift. And on the exhale, we'll lower all the way back down. Pillow with your hands, forehead rests. This time you bend your knees and find a couple of windshield wipers with your legs. Whenever you feel ready, you take a moment to come back to center, pressing into those hands. Coming into your hands and knees, into your tabletop. We're going to send the hips towards the heels, coming into child's pose. And of course, if you need a blanket underneath your knees, you can bring it underneath your knees. If you need a little bit of space in between your hips, you can bring a block underneath your hips. Take a moment here, we connect to the breath back again. We begin to walk those hands towards the right hand side, just finding a nice side stretching here. Feeling the length from the tip of your fingers all the way down into your left sit bone. Take another inhale. Whenever you feel ready, you come back to center and you move all the way to the second side. Big breath in there. Smooth empty out. As you feel ready, come back to center. Hands and knees position back again into your tabletop. We're going to crawl the back toes under. Pressing into those hands. Hover the knees from the floor. Pressing into those hands, pressing into those toes. Take another inhale in there. Begin to stand those hips up and back, coming into a brief Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a moment here, we connect to the breath. Maybe you pedal your feet. Maybe you allow the head to move side to side, whatever feels good. And take 2 more breaths. Whenever you feel ready, we begin to walk those feet all the way up towards the top of the mat. And we'll lengthen the spine, take an inhale, hands to your shins, find some length. On the exhale, just fold forward over the legs. We do that again, inhale, halfway left. Exhale to fold forward again. Root down, reach up towards the sky, extend. On the exhale, release. Back to Samasthiti, arms by your sides. We do a half salutation in here. We take a big breath in to lift the arms. Exhale and folding forward over the legs. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, just fold. Root down through your feet, coming all the way up. Reach up. And on the exhale, release. Arms by your sides. We change it a little bit. We take a big breath in. We reach the arms. And we come to the tiptoes. Take another inhale in there. On the exhale, heels down, bend your knees, sit your hips nice and low, arms in front of you. Take a nice long inhale to open arms. And on the exhale, back to center. Inhale to reach up, come to the tiptoes. On the exhale, heels down, arms by your sides. We do that again. Inhale, reach up, look up, come to the tiptoes. On the exhale, heels down, bend your knees, sit a little bit lower this time. Take a nice long inhale, open up. And on the exhale, back to center. Inhale, reaching up, come to the tiptoes. On the exhale, heels down, arms by your sides. Last one, big breath in. Reach up, look up, tiptoes. Exhale, heels down, sit a lot lower this time. Take another inhale, open up. And on the exhale, back to center. Inhale, reaching up, come to the tiptoes. On the exhale, release. Heels down, arms by your sides. Beautiful. We're going to spread the feet hip distance apart. We're going to hold on to the hips. We're going to move from here into a balanced position. We're going to send the weight into the left foot as we pick up the right leg. We hold on to the knee for a moment and we rotate the shoulders back. We're going to move into Vrikshasana from here, but I just want you to see if you can hold the knee into a 90-degree angle while the other hand is holding onto your hip. Elbow pointing back, take another in-breath in there. And whenever you feel ready, you open that leg to the side and you plant that foot on the inside of your thigh or your calf, or maybe you move the toes to the ground if the balance is not feeling good today. Maybe you stay in here, the hands at the center of the chest, or maybe you move your hands in a different direction. Could be to the sides, all the way up. You can practice, of course, reverse prayer or fists together behind you. Whatever makes more sense in here. Just keeping the gaze steady. Just keeping your breath nice and soft. Take another in-breath in here. And whenever you feel ready, you begin to return those hands back to your hips. And you take that leg up, back again into that 90-degree angle. And you take another inhale in here. And on the exhale, you step the leg back into your warrior one position. Long stance in here, the back heel is parallel or is in line with your front heel. We take a nice long inhale to reach those arms towards the sky, coming into that Virabhadrasana A. We take another breath, and we'll let it move out. Feeling the strength coming from the legs all the way up into your fingertips. Take another inhale in here. Smooth empty out. We're going to move a little bit in here. We open those arms towards the sides. We have done this before in class. We take another inhale in here. And on the exhale, we bring those arms in front of us, palms facing up. We take a big breath in to lengthen to extend the arms towards the sky as you extend the front leg. And on the exhale, you open arms, bend your front knee, moving back to center. Do that again. Inhale as you lift up. Maybe look up. On the exhale, lunge forward. Find that big circle on those arms. Take a big breath in to lift. And on the exhale, back to center. Two more times. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to squeeze it back in. Take a nice long inhale to reach up. And on the exhale to squeeze it back in. We stay. We connect to the breath. Take another inhale in here. Begin to open very slowly all the way to your warrior two position. Keep the palms facing up. Just this is a different position for the shoulders. Just relaxing them a little bit after all that shouldering. We take another breath. And we'll let it move out. We take a big breath, and as we reach the back hand towards the back extended leg, and the other hand towards the ceiling, finding that reverse warrior. Take a nice long breath in there. On the exhale, coming back to center, we're going to give that front leg a break. You're going to hinge forward. Hand comes to your shin or your block, and the other hand is going to move all the way towards the sky. Take a nice long breath. Let it move out. Whenever you feel ready, the gaze comes back down, bend your front knee, coming back again into that warrior two situation. Reverse your warrior back again, hand flips up and you reach the arm towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, you come back to your warrior two, extend the front leg, hinge forward, back again into that triangle pose. We do that again a little bit more dynamically. Bend your front knee back again into your warrior. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, back to your warrior. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, hinge forward into your triangle. We do that again. Coming back to center, bend your knee. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, back to your warrior. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, hinge forward, find your triangle pose. Last one, gaze down, coming all the way back into your warrior. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, extend the front leg, hinge forward. Find your triangle pose. And stay. Full cycle of breath in here. If the neck allows, maybe you shift your gaze or your drishti towards the top hand. You take another in breath there. And whenever you feel ready, you come back to center. You soften that knee, coming all the way back again into your warrior two. And take 2 more breaths in here. Relax the shoulders. Maybe you bring your hands at the center of the chest. Take another breath. And let it move out. Begin to extend that front leg. Turn all 10 toes towards the side of your mat. Hands come to your hips. And you rotate the shoulders back and you squeeze those elbows towards each other. And take another inhale in here. You have the option to stay, option to fall forward either halfway. If you got a chair, maybe you use that chair and you lower your hands into the chair. Maybe you lower your hands all the way into the mat or halfway through into the block. Take another inhale in here. You have the option to stay with the spine nice and long, halfway lifted, or maybe you continue to fold all the way as if you were trying to bring the crown of the head towards the ground. We take a couple more breaths in here. And your next inhale, lifting the chest halfway. We stay for the exhale. Hands come to the hips. We micro bend the knees. We come all the way back to standing. And we heel toe the feet together. And we stand up at the top of the mat. Back again. All right. We'll just find that half salutation. Here we take a big breath in to lift the arms towards the sky. Exhale, folding forward over the legs. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, just fold. Root down through your feet, coming all the way up. Reach up. And on the exhale, release. Arms by your sides. Back to Samasthiti. We do that again. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, just fold. Root down through your feet, coming all the way up. And on the exhale, back to Samasthiti here. Beautiful. We open the feet hip distance apart. Hands come to your hips. We begin this time the journey into the second side of our tree. So we bring the weight into the right foot. We pick up the left leg. Maybe you hold on to your knee. You rotate the shoulders back. You squeeze the elbow back. And you take another inhale in here. And whenever you feel ready, maybe you begin to open that knee towards the side of the room. And as you feel ready, you find your way into that Vrikshasana position. Maybe bringing your foot to the thigh or to the calf or all the way into the toes down on the ground. And of course, maybe the hands stay at the hips or move to the heart center. Your choice in here if you stay or maybe you open the arms towards the sides or find any different shape for your arms. We take a couple of breaths in here, chest is lifted. Maybe the gaze moves up. Of course, if the balance is good today, maybe you close your eyes, see what happens. Whenever you feel ready, hands move back to center, back to your hips. Pick up the leg, bring the knee up. On the next exhale, extend the leg behind you, coming into that warrior one position. Extending the back leg, reaching those arms towards the ceiling. The back heel is in line with the front heel. We take a nice long inhale in here. Smooth empty. See if you can lunge a little bit deeper. Take another breath. And let it move out. A little bit of that medicine for the shoulders. We open those arms towards the sides. bringing those arms together in front of us. We take a big breath in to lift the arms towards the sky. And on the exhale, as we open into that big circle, we'll lunge forward back again. Inhale as we reach up. And on the exhale, we squeeze it back together. Do that again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back to squeezing. Two more times. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, back to squeeze. Last one, big breath in as we lift. Exhale to squeeze it in, and we stay. We connect to the breath. Take another inhale, and here shoulders are relaxed and the legs are feeling nice and strong. Whenever you feel ready, you begin to open up into that warrior two situation here. Palms flipping up. You take a nice long breath, strong legs. Lower that right hand to the back, and the other hand is going to reach all the way towards the sky. Big inhale in there. On the exhale, we come back into that warrior two, extending that front leg. Hinging forward, hand comes to your shin or your block, and the other hand is going to move all the way towards the sky. Big breath in here. Smooth empty out. Whenever you feel ready, the gaze down, bend your knee, coming all the way back again into your warrior two. Flip up your front palm, reverse. And on the exhale, we come back into that warrior. Extend the leg, hinge forward, hand down, the other hand up, coming into Trikonasana. We move it a little bit more dynamically. Bend your knee, coming back again into your warrior two. Flip up, coming into reverse. Exhale, back to your warrior two. Extend that front leg, hinge forward, hand down, the other hand up. Inhale, come back into your warrior two. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, flip up the front palm. Exhale, come back to your warrior two. Inhale, extend your front leg. Exhale, coming to Trikonasana, your triangle. Inhale, come back to your warrior two. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back to warrior. Inhale, extend the front leg. Exhale, hinge forward, back again into triangle. Inhale, coming back into your warrior, and you stay for the exhale. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, back to your warrior. Inhale, extend the front leg. Exhale, hinge forward, back again into your triangle. You're going to stay for 2 more breaths. Both strong legs, the torso is rotating towards the side. The hand is trying to reach towards the ceiling. Take another inhale. Smooth, empty out. And whenever you feel ready, the gaze comes down, bend your front knee, coming all the way back again into your warrior two. We give those shoulders a little break. We bring the hands to the center of the chest. We take another inhale in here with strong legs. Begin to extend that front leg and turn the toes all the way to face this side of your mat. And you bring the hands back again into your hips. And you rotate the shoulders back. Take a big breath in here. On the exhale, as you fall forward, this time we're going to fall only halfway. The right hand is going to come to the ground in front of your face. Maybe you use your block or your chair. The other hand is going to move to your lower back. We begin to rotate and open the torso towards the left hand side. Big inhale in here. Keeping the hips nice and square. If you have a little bit more space, maybe you reach that hand towards the ceiling. Take another breath. Let it move out. And whenever you feel ready, you come back to center. We move into the second side. Hand lays down on the floor on your block. The other hand comes to your hip. From the waist, we rotate the chest and we open. We take 3 more breaths in here with strong legs. Strength from the torso, the strength from the waist. Take another inhale. Whenever you feel ready, you come back to center, both hands down. Take a nice long breath in here. Option to stay halfway lifted or option to fold forward back again. If you want to move the variation of the arms, maybe you bring your hands to hold on to your big toes or your peace fingers to hold on to your big toes, or maybe you even hold on to your heels or your ankles with the hands. We take 2 more breaths, wherever you are. And you take a big breath in to lift the chest halfway. You stay for the exhale. Hands come to your hips, coming all the way back to center. Heel toe the feet together. And we stand up at the top end of your mat. Beautiful. Take a big breath in to lift the arms towards the sky. Exhale to fold forward over the legs. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, just fold. Root down through your feet, coming all the way up. Reach up towards the sky. Extend. And on the exhale, back to Samasthiti. We separate the feet hip distance apart. We'll lift the arms back again towards the sky. We're going to take a side bend in here. We're going to hold on to the right hand with your left hand and begin to pull gently towards the side. The hips move towards the left hand side while the hands move towards the opposite side. Take a bigger stance if you need to. Take another inhale. And whenever you feel ready, you come back to center and we move into the second side. Extending all the way. Take a nice long breath. Empty out. One more. And whenever you feel ready, come back to center, releasing the arms. We're going to keep the feet as they are. We're going to bring the fists right into the lower back, right there. As we bring those fists into the lower back, we try to squeeze those elbows as if we were trying to touch them together. Keeping the feet hip distance apart, or maybe even a little bit wider. Rotate your shoulders back, and as you gently push into your hips, begin to lift the chest towards the sky. And instead of pushing forward, you're going to kind of like push forward but down, like if you were trying to ground those hips down. At the same time, as you are trying to bring the heart all the way towards the ceiling. We take 2 more breaths in here. Whenever you feel ready, you come back to center and we release all the way back. All right, we're going to take our block. It's going to move into this pose very quickly before we will leave. And we have done this pose before, and this is a really nice, it's a gentle back bend with a little bit of a challenge with the leg, with the balance, of course. So we're going to place that block right behind the right foot. We're going to stand into the left foot. Yes, let me see if this is, yeah. We're going to stand into the left foot and we're going to point that foot back. You're going to stand away from your block enough that you can straight up the leg and only the big toe is going to touch your block. Try to keep the hips nice and square. Bring the hands to the hips. And again, bring in those elbows towards each other. You can stay here as you're trying to lift the heart towards the ceiling. Maybe you stay there. Maybe you begin to float that leg behind you. Take another inhale in there. Smooth, empty out. And of course, if you need a little bit of more challenge and your shoulders have space. Maybe you interlace your fingers behind. Take another in breath there. Whenever you feel ready, hands come back, foot comes back down, and we shake that out. So this variation of Natarajasana allows us, instead of like collapsing in here, right, kind of like into lengthening that leg and kind of like finding length into that arch that is supposed to be into this pose. All right, so we stand up or we move the block into the second side, right behind the left foot. We stand more or less 2 or 3 feet apart from the block, just enough for that foot to barely kind of like touch the block. And you're gonna activate that right leg, and you're gonna press into that toe, into the big toe into your block, and you bring the hands to your hips, and you rotate your shoulders back, and as you lift the chest towards the ceiling, maybe, just maybe, you begin to float that toe from your block. And of course, keeping in mind that at any point you can lower that big toe to your block, and there's no big deal at all. And of course, if you have a little bit more space, the balance is good, and everything feels great in here, maybe you interlace your fingers, and you take another inhale in there. And whenever you feel ready, you release all the way back, and you shake that out. All right. Let's take it down, shall we? Take a big breath in to lift the arms towards the sky. And on the exhale, we fold forward over the legs. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale, just fold, plant the hands on the ground, step back, knees down, tabletop position. Drop the belly, open the chest. Exhale, round the spine, push the ground away from you. Do that again. Inhale, lift the chest, open up. Exhale, round the spine deeply. Last one, big breath in as we lift. And on the exhale, we round the spine. And we come back into neutral position and we swing the legs towards the side of your choice. Extend your legs forward, back into your Dandasana position. Into those extended legs. We're going to take a big breath in to lift the arms towards the sky. And on the exhale, this time we fold forward into a very, like a lazy forward fold, just compared to what we did before, just like that, very active. Just letting your hands rest wherever they need to rest, maybe on your shins, on your thighs, on your mat. Just kind of like finding that forward fold. Keeping the spine long though. You're gonna try to keep that spine long, that chest open, those ribs hugging in. And take 2 or 3 more breaths. As soon as you feel ready, you transform this somewhat active forward fold into a very, very, very lazy one. And as you transform this into a very lazy forward fold, maybe your legs begin to be activating here. So kind of like begin to rest, begin to feel a little bit lazy, so the toes roll towards the sides. And maybe your spine begins to crawl a little bit in here as your head hangs. And maybe your arms fold to the sides. Just very lazy, as if you were a ragdoll. Take a few more breaths in here. Maybe let your eyes close. Feel ready, take your time, release all the way, very slowly, all the way to your back. And as you come into your back, you bend your knees. You'll find a couple of windshield wipers in here. Just very slowly moving side to side. There is a lot going on into that spine with those patterns. As we move into our more restorative version of this practice, take a block with you or take whichever support you have with you, pressing into those hands, bring in the hips up and bring in your block underneath your hips. And as you bring your block underneath your hips, you might stay in here with the feet pressing on the ground. If it feels good, and if it only feels good and your lower back is not pinching with this pose, maybe you extend your legs forward. And of course, if it's not too dramatic, you may extend your arms overhead. Take a couple of breaths in here. As you feel ready, take your time to come all the way back to center. We are already there with the hips up. Maybe you take advantage of this one and you begin to extend your legs towards the sky. Your arms can stay overhead or they can come back beside your body. Take a few breaths in here, just reversing the blood flow in the body. Giving those legs a little bit of a break from standing, from walking, from doing all the things. They're our main support while we are up. When you feel ready, you allow those knees to bend back again. And you bring the toes or the feet on the ground. You lift the hips and remove your block from underneath. You find a couple of windshield wipers in here just to reset the spine back again. Maybe you stay a little bit longer onto one side and extend your arms to your sides. And maybe you stay into the second side. You take your time to find your way back to center, squeezing the knees into your chest, giving yourself a little hug in here. You rock and roll side to side a couple of times. And maybe you squeeze the knees a little bit deeper, a little bit tighter into your chest. And maybe you make some fists with your hands. And you squeeze your eyes, and you squeeze your mouth, and you squeeze your nose, and you make a horrible face. You take a big breath in here, and you squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. And on the exhale, you release all the way down to the ground, just finding your way into your Shavasana. Treyambakam yayamaye sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvargumi babandhanam mrityurmukshiyamamrita Om Treyambakam yayamaye sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvargumi babandhanam mrityurmukshiyamamrita Om Asato Masadagamaya Tamsoma Dvaitrgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Take a big breath in into your lungs. And a smooth empty out. Do it again. Inhale. And long empty. As you begin to feel ready, you begin to find a little bit of movement into your hands, into your feet. Maybe your head moves side to side. Take your time to move into a fetal position on the side of your choice. Take a couple of breaths, connecting it again to your breath and to the ground underneath you. Eventually finding your way back into your seat.
with your eyes closed, with your hands at the center of the chest. And take a moment here to connect to your intention. Connect again to your breath. And rubbing your palms together to cover your eyes. And rub your palms one more time to cover that part of the body that needs it the most right now. Thank you so much for your practice. As always, it's an honor for me to be here with you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week, and I hope to see you next time. Mandalam Bhavatu. Thank you so much. Have a peaceful rest of your day. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.
Class.
Good day.
I'll see you next time.
¿Qué pasó? Me bajó rápido, me bajó rápido. Espérame, déjame. Me maltrataste. ¿Sabes qué te iba a decir, hija?
Ajá.
Que es que tengo que hacer la comida. Ve mis pelos. Me maltrataste toda. Que no puedo yo hincarme. Entonces, que me des o sea, no puedo doblar mi rodilla, la operada. No la puedo doblar. De hecho, me pidieron que levantara el asiento de la bicicleta para doblarlo lo menos posible. Entonces, cuando hacemos el descanso, el respirar para atrás, yo lo que hice fue estirar mis piernas para respirar, porque ya ves que te hincas te sientas sobre tus rodillas, bueno, sobre tus piernas.
Ajá.
Te enseño. Ok, te enseño. Déjame ver si se ve.
En la postura del niño, ¿no? En Child's Pose.
Ándale, ajá. Esa yo no la puedo hacer porque mi rodilla no puede doblarse mucho. Ajá. Entonces, la hice con las piernas estiradas. No sé si esté bien o no sé si me puedas dar alguna sustitución.
Si se siente cómodo, sí. Pero si no, y no tengo aquí un bolster, pero...
Me pongo el tubo que hice.
Ajá, eso entre las rodillas, imaginemos que esto es como el bolster, digo, no es muy grande, pero entre las rodillas, o sea, digo, va a pasar todo así.
Ok, lo que yo no puedo hacer es poner la rodilla en el piso, contra el piso.
Poner la rodilla contra el piso.
Ajá, así no lo puedo, o sea, por ejemplo, la de el gato y esa donde estás tú, yo no puedo hacerla con la rodilla operada. Entonces, ¿cómo lo puedo sustituir?
Aquí.
Flotando.
Ok. Va a ser más trabajo, sobre todo en el abdomen, pero sí, flotando aquí. Y sí, bueno, pues el Child's Pose, si no hay otra forma de hacerlo, o sea, supongo que lo que hiciste fue esto.
Eso, exactamente.
Es una buena opción también. Es una buena opción. Creo que funciona bastante bien. Digo, obviamente no es como la cosa más relajante, pero, o sea, bueno, nada más para tenerlo yo en cuenta también. Y sí. Sí,
porque como exactamente donde yo doblo la rodilla, es donde está la cirugía. O sea, montaron los tendones y ligamentos, los montaron para coserlos. Entonces, ahí es donde me molesta. Y me dijo el doctor, no puedes doblar la rodilla. ¿Por qué? Porque como se hacen adherencias entre los tejidos, puedes lastimarte. El día que me caí en Ixtapan, se me dobló la rodilla o sea, el pie lo doblé hasta la pompa. Uy. Y por Dios que sentí que me hablaba.
No, bueno. Mm-hmm.